Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. Today is Friday, September 13th, 5:49 a.m. local time. I hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. So we haven't done much from yesterday's update, but I do believe that on the lower time frame, it's starting to tell us a little bit of a different story, and it's starting to point for a little bit of a pullback. Now, we have been consolidating on here. Let me show you this hourly time frame. This hourly time frame, we have been consolidating here, which is generally positive. However, the reason that I believe we're going to be pointing down is I kind of built the case for that move to the downside. And let me give you some of the things that I took into consideration of why I think a small dip is coming. Even though like I mentioned, the consolidation is bullish, the oscillators, the oscillators that I use to measure the momentum in the market, the positivity in the market, mainly the momentum and the strength, they're all pointing to the downside for the smaller, lower time frames. The higher time frames, however, still point to the upside. It's Friday. I talk quite often about the scam pump weekends. Scam pump weekends don't happen every single weekend, but they happen pretty often, and often enough that when I'm looking at a price action like this, and if we don't have resolution today, if we don't have a break to the upside today, it's gonna tell me that the lower time frames oscillators are correct. We are gonna come down, and then once we get that dip, I believe that the Asia market will give us our scam pump weekend. Now, the scam pump weekend normally starts when New York closes, which is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, until it opens back again at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. So between Friday and Monday open, that is a scam pump weekend. So it doesn't have to happen on a Saturday exactly at a particular time or Sunday in the day. It has to usually happen within that time period. So as of right now, what I'm looking for on the downside is not much of a move. What I'm looking for is, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if Asia wants to pump it, give us a scam pump weekend, and the oscillators in the lower time frame are pointing to the downside, they're going to have to then take into consideration that if they pump it, they got to pay out. There's 8 billion. What is this? $9 billion in accumulative contracts. They're going to want to take those out first. So when I look at all these massive contracts, these big lines here, these big wicks, if you will, they tell me a story that I can then start utilizing the TA and the support and resistance on my chart to come up with an area that I believe we may dip down to. Now, it's not guaranteed we're going to dip. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, consolidating on the hourly and 4-hour is generally bullish. I just don't like the position of the oscillators while we are consolidating. When we're consolidating for the period that we've been, I expect the oscillators to be on the floor already on the lower time frames, and they're not. They're actually rolling over. So it's very different when I look at. Let me show you something real quick. When I look at a consolidation like this, and we've consolidated this long, and I'm looking at here where we're currently at, I expect my oscillators to be pretty much close to reset, and it's the opposite. They're starting to roll over from the top. So that's why it gives me the short-term bias that we're going to go to the downside. And then I look at these contracts and say, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see here. For instance, I'm going to pick like this big contract here. We have a huge contract for $181 million at 56,019. So this contract here, to me, seems like a really good one to come and take out, and 55,265 for 156 million. So these two contracts to me now start setting up a zone where I believe we may go. So what I want to do is that I want to find confluence on my chart with these two in mind. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to write this down. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to come back. I don't have anything to write with. Actually, I do. Let me get a notepad here real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me get let's see, 56. I'm going to just put it 020 just to round it off. 020, and this other contract here, 156 million at 55,265. So let's see here, 55,265. All right, perfect. So now I just want to go to my chart and I want to take a look at those two areas. What I'm going to do first, I'm just going to snap both of these contract lines out. So just bear with me for 1 second. 020, and this is going to be. And then I'm just going to go here. I believe this was, you know what? Let me actually put the amount. I'll put the amount, and then I'll draw the zone. 181 million. Yeah, that's a juicy contract. 181. So let me go here. 181 million. Okay, perfect. And then the other one was 55. This one was 151 million. 151 million. High block, and this one was at 55,265. Okay, let's see now that we have those two ranges, let me go to the higher time frame. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame. That's not really the higher time frames, but I just want to see if I can find some sort of confluence within that time, within that area of those two contracts that may support, and I may have to adjust that support area, but at least I have these two as a reference. So this here, this one would invalidate the harmonic pattern because we would close below the C and D, and this one here will kind of bring us right back into the beginning of that, almost the beginning of that run. But mainly this is what I want to see. This right here. Look at that. Look at these candle bodies. Look at this. Really, really strong. Just let me go back here. Oh, that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the support right on this contract here. Right on the, this is what I was looking for. Okay, great. So that's a great support area. So that's going to be my target for right now for the downside between here. And let me look at, wow, look at this one. This $151 million contract. Once again, look at these candle bodies. Look at this resistance. Look at this support. I mean, it's just eerie how accurate this stuff is. And well, it's going to be more accurate. It'll be better if it actually plays out that way. but for now, you get to see. Yeah, look at this. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So I carved that out. This is a good section. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of this here. I don't want to crowd the chart too much. That's a really good area of support. Now I'm going to leave that there. I'm just going to put a smaller box. So I'm going to put a smaller box just for this weekend. Just for today, because I want to see this come down today. Because what my plan is that if it can come back down today, then over the weekend we'll go higher if we can make it here. Now this is a plan B. I'm still looking for higher prices. So actually, let me do this here and let me explain it. I think I might be not explaining it correctly in a manner that makes sense. So give me 1 second here. Put that there. So that's my target. So what I'm looking for here, and I'm going to put a path as well. So I'm going to do this here. This is what if we don't break out, I want to get somewhere inside of this green box and up into this area here. Okay, so that's the plan. If we negate this continuation, as I said yesterday, I'm looking for more upside. I'm looking for a completionist harmonic pattern. I'm looking for hopefully a touch of this return back to the middle of that channel, the diagonal channel. However, my mind is only changing. Not changing. My mind is starting to shift only because the lower time oscillators are rolling over. So if the rollover does occur, I'm not looking for 40,000, 44. No, I'm looking for just a sweep. Take out some of that liquidity, grab those contracts, get rid of some of those liquidations, part of those $9 billion cumulative contracts. Take some of that out, relieve the market a little bit so that Asia comes in and doesn't have to pay those big contracts out and start pushing up and start creating new long liquidation, so that when Monday comes, New York opens, they will remove all of those and smack it back down. So this is my plan B if we don't break out and we don't continue plan A. Plan A hasn't changed from yesterday. Same thing. I'm looking for this to come up in here. That's plan A. This is plan B. So let's do this. Let's do a line here. Let's do a line here from here to here, just so that we are in all on the same page. Over here, here. I'll put this in green as well. All right, so we're gonna put this. I'm gonna actually just a little bit thicker. All right, perfect. Right there, and this I'm gonna put on here plan A. All right there, perfect. All right there. Plan A. All right, so let's grab that. Let's put it right there, and this is going to be plan B. Plan B, right there. Nice and simple. So we've got plan A or plan B. One of those is what I'm looking for. I wonder if I should put this in red. No, I'll leave it in green. So let's see, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we're able to break up and continue yesterday's plan, or if we do a deviation here. So if we're gonna do plan B, this is not something. Plan B is not a one day move. This one, however, I would feel pretty confident it'll be within a 1 day move, within a 24-hour move. However, this one, what I believe would happen today, and then through the weekend. So by Monday, somewhere up here. By Monday. But this here most likely would happen today because of the length of the consolidation that we've been having on this particular move here. So if this doesn't pan out, it's very unlikely that this will continue to go sideways. It could, but it's just not as likely to go just all the way to Monday on this type of a consolidation. So I expect one of these two to give me the direction of what to do next. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. I'm sorry if I juggled around a little bit. I have a lot of stuff in my mind, and sometimes my mind is saying one thing, my mouth is saying another, and I'm trying to convey all my thoughts at once, and I may not. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. I'm leaving today, by the way, guys. I'm leaving today for the weekend. I will try to give you guys an update tomorrow so we can continue to see which one of these two played out. I will do my best. I definitely won't do it on Sunday because I'll be hungover. But tomorrow, yes. And I'll be back on Monday. For our regular scheduled updates. So hopefully you guys will consider joining my Telegram channel. It's $25 a month. $25 a month, guys. And I give you the buys and sells, where to buy, where to sell, not only on Bitcoin, but on altcoins as well. Right now, we're not in any altcoin position at the moment, but we do play alts very regularly based on the movements of Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves the market. So if there's a bullish setup on Bitcoin and it's coinciding with a good setup on the altcoins, I call them out. So we've been doing really well. Sometimes we have our losses like anything else, but for the most part, we've been doing very, very well. So if you want to try it out, it's month to month. Yeah, nothing to lose. Just send me a DM, or you can go to this website right here. Look, let me put it on here, but just don't answer any comments from the post on Twitter, because those are scammers. bctgsignal.com. That's it right there. Just go right there. You can sign up. And once you sign up, send me a DM. Tell me you signed up, and I'll send you a custom link for access. And then hopefully, after a very short time of being in my Telegram, you can say, damn, BC, I want to learn to understand how you can look at the market the way you do, and then you can try out my Discord. That's the ultimate goal. All right, guys, everyone have a really good day, and have a great weekend.